Generals, I'm Athina and I'm grateful that you're here with me today. Today we are going to look at advices for your week ahead, and I'm talking about the week of the 30th of September till the 6th of October. This is a mini reading, so I try to make it as short as possible so that you can watch it even if you are currently busy. You can choose your group or groups based on the color of the dice, the cards that are in front of you. You can also go to the description in the and see the timestamps if you see your lucky number or a number that you're seeing often. Of course, you can pause the video and take your time to choose your group or groups based on your intuition, the one that you are the most drawn towards, or the two or all three. So your groups, the groups are pile number 1 with the orange dice, pile number 2 with the red dice, and pile number 3 with the green dice. And before I start with the groups, I'm going to get a collective message for everyone, a collective advice for everyone, so that you can take out the most from this reading. So the collective is Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. If I remember correctly, this card is all about that we as souls came here on earth to learn. We came here to have some life lessons that we can only learn here. And we are learning those lessons so that our soul can grow. In another way, this can also be a card that says that there is something that you should probably be studying a little bit more and deeper. It's like the time for you to get into a higher learning. Like it's time now for you to study what you have been studying now in a deeper sense. And I'm sorry if my voice is a little bit failing. I was having a cold last week and I'm still recovering from it. So yeah, our advice here from our spirit guides is that we need to look at Earth like we are in school. Those lessons that we are learning are here for our soul to grow, and sometimes the lessons are not easy, but we are able to overcome this. And in another sense also, if you have been studying something, it is time for you to study it a little bit deeper and get into a higher level of this. Like when you are a beginner in, I'm looking at it language wise because it's my major now. When you start learning a language, you start with some, depending on the language, if they have a different way of writing, you'll learn the new characters and letters, and you slowly build up your vocabulary. And now when you're finished being a beginner, you start to go deeper into the language and learn more and more. And the same thing goes with Earth. we learn lessons and we go deeper and deeper, and through that we also get to know us deeper and deeper. So this week our advice is to learn the lessons that we are thrown into by the universe. It's because our soul chose to learn these things. So pile number 1, your advice for this week is the Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. I really love this card, not just because I am a Mintaka starseed and this is home, but also because it has such a beautiful message that I always forget it. I read it all the time, but I always forget the message because it just is so deep embedded in my soul that I have to always read it out loud from the guidebook, so be with me. The Seas of Mintaka. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine, so clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The Seas of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you are currently doing has a great potential. Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. If it appears in a spread, it's a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious pattern of which you are unaware, to look at them and see them clearly and consciously so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to light of day? Then we have here a soul inquiry. Those are questions that you should be answering. You can write them down. And then the first thing that comes to mind as an answer, write it fast, because it comes fast in when you ask it. Or you can also put your hand on your heart and ask the questions and try to listen to what your heart is going to tell you. So basically, the advice for this week for pile number 1 is that maybe it's time for you to see the potential in all peoples and situations, that not all the bad things are really bad. It could lead to something good, like what was it? A blessing in disguise. I'm sorry. I was thinking of of the English word. What was it again? So it could be a blessing in disguise sometimes, and so we have to be open-minded to see that, hey, it could be a potential thing that could lead to something good. Also, a confirmation that whatever you're doing has the potential to be successful. And also, another thing is that now is a good time to think about what unconscious pattern you need to be aware of, and so that you can release, because I'm seeing that it's running through a theme right now because of the eclipse season that we had, that old things, old wounds, maybe even ancestral patterns are coming up for us to heal. And I've been in the midst of it too. So yeah, pile number 1, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that it was of help. I hope that you liked it. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I wish you a beautiful week ahead, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye. Pile number 2. You have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. I do have to say that it is funny that you get this card, because prior to this video, now is Sunday. I'm filming it on the day this is going to be uploaded. On Friday, Thursday, and on Wednesday, Rebecca Campbell, the person that did this oracle card, had a free workshop where we could connect to the goddess, the feminine side of the universe, basically. And she talked about her story, how this card came to be, fall into my arms. It was a really beautiful story, and we did some rituals. We connected to the goddess, received channeled message from them. We made an water anointment ritual, And the second day I missed because I was in college, but I will be doing this today to make up for it. But she talked about this card, and I know how important this card is for her, so I wanted to honor her story and read this one out of the guidebook. Fall into my arms. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source, but at the same time it can be incredible, glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we are being rewarded, and when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we are here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do that exactly. We do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burns, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more widely the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. And then here is a activation. An affirmation of sorts, or an open ritual if you want to do that, you don't have to, is I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I am carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. This is reminding me of the message that I have channeled on Wednesday when I was doing the workshop. It was, and also what I felt on Friday. Yes, life can be hard. We experience joy, we experience happiness, but we also experience sadness and grief. But the thing is, all emotions are two different sides of the coin. We cannot know joy and happiness if we have not known what sadness and grief is, what loss is, so that we can experience the joy of receiving something new. And oftentimes we bury some of those emotions in us and don't let it out. And so the card is telling that whatever emotions and heaviness that you have been feeling, lay them down on the Great Mother's altar, the goddess, the universe, the feminine side. And I'm being told to imagine someone holding you in their arms. Feel, maybe if you are clairsentient, maybe you are, when you slow your breath down and you imagine a mother figure, a goddess, if you work with a deity, someone holding you, embracing you, and just lay all your feelings to them. Tell them what you have been feeling. Tell what you have been worrying about. Honestly, on Friday when we were doing the water anointment, I felt my spirit guide, who is my soul family, my soulmate, but is not incarnated in this lifetime. She was my mother in a past life, and I felt her hugging me, and I felt home, and I started crying because I was missing her and my other soulmates. I was missing my home, that is not really existing anymore. I was longing for my home somewhere deep down, but I have to also know that home is also earth, that this is now my home for this lifetime. So it was a beautiful experience. Yes, there were a lot of tears, but I feel lighter and I now know that I am not alone. So yeah, sorry that it went so long, but I needed to say this all. But yeah, part number 2 for this week. It's time for you to surrender, to let yourself be held, and lay all your worries to your spirit team, to your guides, because they are there. You have to call them when you need their help. They will be there, even if you don't see them, if you don't feel them, even if you don't hear them. They are there. They are listening to you. So part number 2, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that it was of help. I hope that you liked it. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye. Part number 3, your advice is wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. Part number 3, you had an idea of doing something. The moment that you got this idea, you were ready to take action upon it. Your spirit guides are telling you to wait just a little bit before you go. Things are not ready yet, even if you start yet. It is not the background. The pieces that are going to follow after you done the push, took the first step, are not yet in place. You can imagine this as, the domino stones that you put in here. And like when you are the first domino, and when you take action and the first step, you fall into the other dominoes, and they will react and have this chain reaction that will lead you to where you want to go, where the idea that you have will take you. But currently, you have the idea, you are eager to fall, but the dominoes that come afterwards are not yet in place. You could say there are still some holes in there, and if you fall now, there will be a time where the stones that were already put and together will fall, and then there's just nothing will happen out of it, because a vital piece of the puzzle has not been yet placed. So your advice for this week ahead, part number 3, is to wait a little bit. Things are still being woven, the pieces are being placed now, and it takes a little bit, but your guides will tell you when the time is ready for you to take action. You just have to pay attention to what your heart is telling you, or if you are more of the person that looks for a sign outside, maybe you can make a special sign and tell your guides, hey, when I'm ready to do this, please send me, I don't know, a key. Like, it could be any kind of key. Like, you can see it as an image on social media, a book, or someone dropping their keys in front of you. Like, be creative, make this sign with them, tell them what they should do so that you know, hey, this is my sign to start. Something that is a little bit more on the extraordinary, that you don't really would see in the day-to-day life. Like, for example, I have a sign with one of my guides that if they are around, they should show me a seal. And I'm talking about the animal seal. So it's not something that I see walking down the street all the time. So make something so that you know when your guides say, hey, now everything's in place, now you can go. Now you have the green light. Okay, so it's for you this week. It's not time yet. Wait. things are still being made in place. So this week, don't take action yet on whatever you had as an idea. Just wait a little bit more. Okay, pile number 3? So pile number 3, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that you liked it. I hope it was of help. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I will wish you a beautiful week ahead, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye!